This week on my farm has been all about stepping out of my comfort zone and embracing new challenges. From carefully winter pruning my grapevines for the very first time to experimenting with hardwood propagation. It's been a journey of growth, both for the plants and for me. Join me as I navigate these exciting tasks and share what I've learned along the way. For the ones who are new to my channel, well, first of all, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And second of all, if you didn't know, I have quite some vines on my land. Each terrace has some vines along the sides, and I have a big part at the end of the plot as well, which is just a beautiful small vineyard. And one of the jobs that I will have to do as a vineyard owner, of course, is to prune the vines. Now that the leaves have fallen down, almost 90% of it, and that's, I read, the good sign when you can start winter pruning. Yes, I will start to do exactly that. I have researched quite a bit on this topic because I'm fully new to this. And the first thing is kind of figure out what type of vine you have. There is the spur pruned vine and the cane pruned vine. And I mostly have the cane pruned vine, but somehow it seems also that they're splitting way earlier than the ones that I saw in the videos. So I'm really not sure if this is a special type or if they try to mix both techniques, and at the end of, maybe the spur pruning, they decided only to do cane pruning. I'm really not sure. Maybe there is a whole new technique that I couldn't find online, which is very local to Portugal. Well, I'm gonna give it a go anyway. My goal is basically to choose the fruit cane that I will use, to get next year's harvest growth going, and to choose one cane which is gonna be next year's fruit cane. So this is the main goal, to figure out first, looking at your vine, which one you can use for this upcoming year and for the next year, and all other ones you should basically cut down. That's at least the theory that I could find online. I still have a lot of grapes, left on there. I mean, shriveled up grapes, but grapes. So with the cutting down of all the rest of the canes, I think this will be all cleared up as well. The leaves, as you can see, are almost, fallen down as well. So there's no need to prune that as well. And yeah, I'm really excited to figure it all out. I will start with this line and then maybe give you a summary of my thoughts and conclusions and maybe mistakes that I made. Probably, most likely. But yeah, I'm excited for this new task and learning along the way. So I'm getting the hang of it. However, my vines all look totally different. Some have like two big vines going off at the bottom, some spread later on, some just have one in the middle. So I think what happened here is that there was not one specific way it was pruned. So what I'm trying to do is to figure out how to prune each individual vine because they're so individual, and kind of think about the future, how I want the vine to look like, without having any knowledge, by the way, about this topic. But again, the research helped quite a bit, and doing the 4 very different vines just now, kind of gave me a feeling of how to go about. I'm sure you can get really into it and, spend a lot of time into researching that topic, especially for the, people that do it professionally. But again, I'll do it as a side profession, hobby type of thing. So for me, it's not essential for my, living that I have, the whole vineyard going crazy with grapes next year. For me, it's enough, that I have for making grape juice, for eating, and for giving it away. So my expectations are maybe also a bit lower than the professionals doing it. Again, I figured out that you should always choose one fruit cane for this year and for next year. In my case, I will choose this one for next year's fruit cane, and I will just cut above a node here. There you go. So this will be next year's, and now I basically choose the one for this year, and I think I could either choose this one or this one. This one looks like dried up anyway. This one, in my opinion, is too small. Maybe this is too thick. I don't know. They said it should be... I'm gonna choose this one. Okay, and now you can tell me if I made a mistake or not. Yes, and this one has this one basically just has one option to be a fruit cane this year, so I will choose this one, and then I cut off all excess parts without, bruising the nods that are coming out here already, the nuts, I don't know how to call them. It's okay. Sap. There's still a bit of sap building on this one, so it might have been too early for this one. The other ones were clean when I cut them. I don't know. Sap, is that good, bad? Please tell me. Okay, I'll keep going. This could be next year's fruit cane, so I'll cut this off. This one is too small. And then again, as you can see, this part is actually already way too high. Well, according to the videos. Again, I'm sure there are 100 ways of doing it. And I will choose, oh, this is a hard one. Which one should I choose for this year? The small one here? Ooh, I think I will choose this one here. So I'll cut off this, and this. Is this correct? We will see it in the coming season. Okay, and this basically only needs to be about 10 nodes long, so somewhere around here. And then I will try to bind it up later once I have cut everything and I know exactly which direction, I want to place them. Well, let's see. I am now at the second line and I definitely messed them up for sure, but it's part of the learning process and luckily I have enough, so even if there are a few that might have been a bit mistreated, at least I can, keep going and get better with each vine. So yeah, it's quite complicated because none of the vines are identical and I think some of them have not been pruned properly, or at least I couldn't find that way of pruning in the books. So I'm trying to kind of reverse the changes that have been made. And yeah, trying to figure out along the way a good way how to keep those plants alive and to give a fruitful harvest. I still have quite some vines to go. Again, this is just the second line I'm doing. But again, the first few ones were, experimental and took a long time because I just had to really think through what I've learned and what I can see and observe and try to apply it to the vine. I do really enjoy it. It's a very therapeutic work and especially with this beautiful sunny day today. Yeah, I can recommend it. This is an example, I think, of a spur pruned vine because you have that long stem, I have no idea what it's called, the vine basically growing horizontally, and then you have basically the fresh canes coming up like this. The other vines that I cut were very different, so this one is a special one or was grown to be this way. Yeah, the other ones are kind of pruned more like in the cane pruning way. So now this is a bit of a new thing. The principle is kind of the same, to figure out which shoot you want to keep, and again you try to keep the shoot that is the closest to the thingy, whatever that was called, I forgot. So I will take this one, and then you should basically be able to cut the whole thing on top like this. With just one there, I don't know what to do, so I'll just cut one thing as well. In case you couldn't guess it, I am trying to collect some sticks of my hazelnut trees and from other trees of my farm to start propagating them. It's really the first time I'm trying this type of propagation. I've propagated bushes and, plants before, but never trees. So I've researched quite a bit on it, and yeah, I took some different sizes of the sticks. They always say like pencil thick, but I took some bigger ones, some smaller ones, just to see which gives the better results. Just imagine. Oh, hello bird. Hello birdie. Hi gorgeous. Hi beautiful. Yes. I will try to do the same with my Nespereira, the loquat tree. However, the stems that grow freshly are pretty thick compared to hazelnut or apple. It's a bit like almost like a fig size of a regrowth. So I'm sure it will work, but yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see, where are the nuts here? Hee. And then I basically take all of the leaves off, or even like this, cut just above a node here. That should do the trick. And do one more here. The ones here I will cut down anyway, so it doesn't really matter that I take, the beautiful branches off. So let's see a bit. Not sure if this one is fresh enough. There you go. Those are my propagation sticks for the Nespereira. And I also foraged some baby cork oak trees that I found on my walk with Jack. So those will go into a nice pot of soil as well. So yeah, those are my apple trees. I know that if you propagate apple, it never turns out like the original fruit. So this is very experimental for sure, but fun to do. And this is the Nesperera. This is my fig tree. Again, I took sticks of very different sizes, shapes, growth stages, just to see which gives the better results. And this is now the hazelnut that I just, collected as well. So let me prepare the sticks. Oops. Stop rolling away. Could almost make 2 out of them. So basically 1 here. Cut this one off. There you go. Hazelnut. So here's a good example of 2 different thicknesses that I chose. And they say pencil thick. I think this is more pencil thick. But again, who knows if this gives the better results. So the internet is not always right. So I don't like to limit myself to what I find online. I mean, it still gives me the best information on how to start. But then it's kind of up to you what you do with it. And, if you don't try, you don't succeed. And if you don't fail, also. It was so sunny yesterday, and today is a typical grayish winter day. But you know what? That just makes you appreciate the sunny days even more. It would be boring otherwise, wouldn't it? Some of the bigger branches, I make 2 out of them. And then also you have 2 different, types of wood, because this one was the more fresh one and this is the older one. So again, trying different techniques to see which one works best. And how lovely would it be that you can, give away some trees after that. I mean, some of them I will keep, of course, but I need to sharpen those scissors. But the other ones, it's a nice little gift for birthdays, for invitations of all sorts. All right, perfect. That's that. That's my fig. So in terms of soil, where to put those in, I've found very different opinions and answers on the internet. And some say that you should put them in sand, some in a soil sand mixture, some in a soil perlite mixture. So I opted now for a potting soil and a perlite mixture that I will, just mix in a few minutes. And yeah, let's see how this works. Ow! Okay. I also foraged some. Let me get it out first. Pomegranates and some, what's it called again? I forgot. Oh yeah, it's the strawberry tree, the very local strawberry tree that we have here. It's called... What is it called? I forgot. What's it called? I forgot. What is it called? Tell me. Why can I not think of the word? You can make liquor out of it. It's called... Man, my brain today. Okay, I found it. It's called Arbustus Unedo in Latin probably. And then it's a medronheira, I think, in Portuguese. Excuse me, Jack. And the fruit that it gets is the medronho. And they make liquor out of it as well. So it's a really beautiful tree. First of all, it's an evergreen tree. And it's local and it likes acidic soil, which is perfect for my land. So yeah, I'll give this a go for propagation as well. Do you want to help me? Do you want to help me? See, there's already flowers building for the fruit to come up, but we don't need it at this stage. Gibst du mir Kussens? Jack is in a very cuddly mood today. In a cuddle mood. And that's my pomegranates. They're very small sticks. I'm not sure if that's any good. Maybe I should go back and get the thicker ones, but I didn't want to demolish the tree because it's not mine. Dankeschön. I really like his cuddles, but it makes him a bit hard to work. You make it a bit hard for me. By the way, somebody told me to plant some fruit trees and some, nut trees, and trust me, there are a lot planted on my land. Some apple, apricots, 2 different types of cherries. So in a few years, I think I will have fruit and jam in abundance. And another good part about buying so many trees, I have now plenty of pots as well where I can put my propagation sticks in. So it's a win-win. So here I have my potting soil and some perlites and vermiculite, I think it's called in English. I saw someone put the soil in a wheelbarrow and then do the potting, and it's such a game changer. Everything that falls on the side just falls back into the wheelbarrow. Fantastico. So one important step that you should do is compact the soil before you put your sticks in, because the sticks should be surrounded all with soil and have no air gaps in between, so the roots have a chance to develop. Have I done this before? No. Have I read about it? Yes. Let's keep it real. What you see me doing here is making some holes into my potting soil before I put the sticks in. That has the advantage that once I'll dip the sticks into a rooting hormone, a rooting powder, the rooting powder will stay on the sticks rather than the soil, taking it out while you're putting the stick into the soil. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing there. And that's a wrap on this week's adventures on the farm. It for sure has been a week of growth and discovery. Trying new things isn't always easy, but it's often in those moments of challenge that we grow the most. Whether it's on a farm, in your garden, or in life, I hope this inspires you to step out of your comfort zone and tackle something new. You never know what you might learn or how much you might surprise yourself. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!